spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away, standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know.
Good morning, guys. It's a Monday here, and as you see, I just got little Miss Izzy up and Mika up. Izzy has a big morning this morning, as does Mom and Dad. We have to go to the pediatric dentist because she needs to get a couple of teeth removed. Izzy, really? So, when Izzy was born, she was born with an extra baby tooth, which was right here in the center. I'm going to insert a picture right here so y'all can see. So I guess last year she lost a couple of bottom teeth, she lost a couple of top teeth, and she lost that extra tooth. So we were just waiting to see if she was going to have a permanent extra tooth as well. And sure enough, if you have an extra baby tooth, they say there's a very huge probability that you're also going to have an extra adult tooth. And sure enough, she does. Her teeth were coming in so beautifully. They were straight and they just looked so good. And then the extra adult tooth started creeping in right here on the side, and now it's kind of sideways. So we are going to go get that tooth removed, as well as the dentist also says she just has no space, especially on the bottom, for new teeth to come in. So I think he said he's also going to pull a tooth there as well. So that is where we are going this morning. Thought we would take you along with us throughout the day. I'm anxious to see how it's going to go. So ideally, when I took her to the dentist about this issue, I was thinking we would sedate her, go into the hospital, sedate her, and get those teeth pulled and all of that. But he said it was going to be like a 10-month waiting period for that, like a 9 to 10 month. And I was like, that's too long, because I've got to preserve her teeth as much as possible. Because in the future, braces won't be an option for her. So I just kind of wanted to do as much as we could to keep her teeth, looking good, and as they should, I guess you could say. He's like, but he said, I can do it in office in a couple months, and so that's going to be today. He said, this is what I do all the time. I work with special needs kids. I'm going to numb her up, give her a little happy juice to relax her, and we'll remove those couple teeth, and it won't be a big deal. He said, so you've got, he asked me if I thought that she would be okay with that, if that would put her under too much stress or cause a regression. And I don't think it'll cause a regression. Of course, she's going to be stressed because she's going to have to be held down and she doesn't know what's going on. But I think she's going to be fine, and I think it's a good decision. So, because we need help just kind of holding her and managing her, I asked Stan to go with me to kind of help with that. Obviously, he's much stronger than I am. He handles her very well. Isabelle loves her daddy, so I called in for backup. So, he worked last night. Y'all know that he works nights, and it's like 9:45 right now, so he only got a few hours of sleep. So he'll come back home later on and go back to sleep, but that's what we're fixing to do. So we're fixing to load up and get out the door, and hopefully this will go well.
One who has a heart as pure, no, not like yours. if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you.
We made it back home, and we all made it through it. So there honestly wasn't any time to video in there, and obviously I wasn't going to video everything that was going on, but we got there, and I'm sorry, there's a helicopter going overhead. They gave her a little cocktail, as they call it, just to kind of help relax her and kind of take the edge off, and it honestly kicked in very quickly and very well, which typically that kind of stuff takes a while to kind of affect Isabelle. So I was glad that it kicked in very quickly and did what it was supposed to do. And so yeah, so just laid her in the chair. We had her little weighted blanket on her. Stan, like I told you earlier, Stan went with us, and he was able to kind of console her and hold her as needed so that the dentist could kind of do his thing. And she did so good. They did have to take like several x-rays, and they obviously have to put something in her mouth and take a quick picture of it. She didn't love that, but again, I mean, who does love that? Like, she doesn't know what's going on. So I feel like she did amazing. And so ends up, I told y'all earlier that she has a tooth that kind of turned completely sideways that we thought was the extra tooth. But after looking at the x-rays, the doctor actually thinks that the extra tooth is, again, in the center. And that side crooked one is actually supposed to be like her front tooth right here. But because the front center one, extra center one, came in first, that other one came in crooked and didn't have anywhere to go. So what we decided to do was to pull the two lateral ones so that maybe her teeth can kind of straighten out a little bit. He said her teeth are a little interesting. We've got several teeth that are kind of right on top of each other up in her gums that haven't come through yet. So he said in the future we're definitely going to have to remove more teeth because she doesn't have space, and it looks like several teeth are coming in on top of each other. So we'll just kind of go back for checkups probably every 6 months to a year and keep an eye on that. Braces in the future for Isabelle, you know, it's probably not going to be a possibility for a child like her, and that's totally fine. I just, you know, again, just want to take care of her teeth the best way that we can. And so it was so interesting, you know, Stan is normally extremely like tough and like, let's get in here and do this thing, no big thing. But when it comes to Isabelle and Mika, I mean, he got super anxious in there this morning when he realized, you know, when he kind of got in the moment and realized she's going to get a couple shots in her mouth and they're going to pull some teeth out, and he couldn't even watch. Like, he was holding her, like holding her arms and her legs so that she would be still, but his head was completely turned to the side and completely red because he was so anxious for his little girl and very nervous and nauseous. So I'd actually videoed him earlier when we got home so that he could tell y'all his experience, but my microphone wasn't on. So he's taking a nap because he didn't get any sleep last night. But yeah, that's why I say we all made it through it okay, because Stan was definitely the most anxious of all of us. But it was good. Izzy is inside playing now. You can tell she feels a little wonky, like she keeps kind of touching at her mouth because it's still numb. And we're not really letting her, you know, walk around too much yet because she's still a little drunk, I guess you could say. But she's in there playing with Mika. I took a step outside to get some fresh air for a second. So we'll go back in and check on the girls. Good job, Izzy. those your favorite blocks? Izzy, does your cheek feel weird? Does your cheek feel weird? What you looking for? Sit here so you can see the girls playing in the background. So I think I shared this on Facebook, but not with y'all. But Mika will bring out this big box of blocks, and when Isabelle hears the box, like hears the blocks clanging around, she'll go crawl over to the blocks, and she hangs her head over and she starts digging around until she finds the blocks. Well, the other day when she was doing it, I noticed she was kind of like whining for a second. And she was looking around. There's these 2 large yellow blocks. These right here. And they're like heavier than the rest. And she found one of them. And she started whining. And I realized she was looking for the second one. And so we found it, and I threw it in the box, and I let her find it. And as soon as she found it, she moved off. Like, she crawled away and got on the ottoman and started playing. And it was amazing because she was intentionally looking for the 2 yellow blocks that are the same size, the same weight. And so I thought that was amazing. And it's funny too, I've noticed, even if she doesn't, like if these aren't in the box, she'll go find 2 other ones to hold because she wants one for each hand, and she always finds the exact same style block. So she's not like going to find, let me show you. Like, she's not going to pick up a little block and a big block. She's going to pick up the 2 of the same size block. I mean, she's so smart. She's intentional, and I think if y'all could be a fly on the wall here around the house and watch how she maneuvers around the house and plays with toys, like, y'all would be blown away with how smart and intentional Isabelle is. It's pretty sweet. Her and Stan, she loves to sit on the couch with Stan, and she just loves to crawl all over him. And so we have noticed more so lately, when she realizes he's sitting on the couch, she scoots over towards him, and she'll prop her feet up on his chest, and like, she loves to get her hands and rub on his scruffy face if he hasn't shaved. Again, just intentionality, and like, she knows exactly what she wants, she knows where to go, and she knows how to get it. And so we love to sit and watch her. Love to sit and watch her. I think it's amazing how God gives us such joy in watching her explore and watching her do all the little things, because it's those times that parents so desperately need when you're raising a child with special needs, and when you're raising a child who can't communicate verbally, and who has challenges like Isabelle has. And so it's amazing. God knows exactly as parents what we need, and for us, like, giving us the eyes to see Isabelle for who she is and where she's at, and just truly finding such joy and contentment in her exploring. And I'm not the only one that gets emotional about it. Stan does too, because it's just, only God can give us this, right? So, I don't know. I know that I share a lot about Isabelle, especially like over on Facebook. I do share a lot about her, and it's not because I love her the most out of any of my children. It's just because she's in this season of like tremendous growth and tremendous change, and it's like mind-blowing to see. I'm sorry, I probably have snot. I know I have snot coming out my nose. I never in a million years, and we've said this multiple times over the past few weeks, we never in a million years thought Isabelle would be such a happy, content little girl. Just looking back on the past 4 years and her being home and where we started and where we're at now, none of us ever thought that she would laugh as much as she does, and just as content as she is, and low maintenance. Now, I understand she's a handful. We have to watch her and keep eyes on her, but like, she's truly an easy child right now. I mean, because you can just sit and let her be. It was pretty cool because this past Friday night, my sister and I took the kids. We took all of our kids downtown. They were having like this outdoor event where they had like music and dancing and food trucks, and it was just kind of this little family event. Event is the word I'm looking for. I'm struggling with my words today. And it's, you know, in the past I would stress about taking Isabelle out, worried about the loud music, worried about the environment, worried if she was gonna be content or not. And she's so content now. Like, I just put her in her stroller, give her her little blanket, maybe a couple toys. She's so happy, and she just sits there for hours on end, and she's just like going about doing her business, laughing. It's amazing. And so I know that maybe all seasons won't look like that, and all seasons won't look like where we're at right now with Izzy. We'll have valleys, we'll have rough times, we'll have challenges, just like we do with any of our kids. But anyways, it's amazing to see how far she's come. And this little girl has come a long way too. She loves Isabelle. She has become so motherly with Isabelle. She takes care of her whether we're looking or not. She shares her toys most of the time with Izzy because, I mean, really whatever Isabelle wants, we let her take. That's just how we are. We're not that way with all of our kids, but I think Mika's understanding that, like, Isabelle can't see, and Isabelle doesn't understand sharing and not taking things from people. And so Mika has been very gracious and just kind of giving Isabelle whatever it is that she wants, and then she'll go find something else. And so it's been really cool to see to see Mika blossom into such... Uh-oh. Is she okay? Oh, she dropped the basket. It's okay, Mika. You gonna pick it up? So cool to see Mika just blossoming into such an amazing big sister. And not just, she's just very attentive and nurturing. And she used to not be that way. Not that she was ever ugly. Oh my gosh, she's wanting in the fireplace. I'm gonna have to buy a fireplace screen, and I don't want to buy a fireplace screen to keep her out of there because I just decoratively I don't want one, but I think I'm gonna have to get one because she always wants to go to the fireplace and she's throwing rocks. Okay, anyway, so that kind of got off on a tangent, but this morning went really well. I'm so thankful. She did amazing. Stan handled it well. I handled it well. Oh, you're gonna brush my hair? Oh, okay, thank you. She knows I love my hair brushed. Okay, let me get Izzy. It is still early in the day, but I think we're gonna go ahead and close the vlog out here. I just have several other things that I want to get done today, and I want to go ahead and start editing this vlog. So for that reason, we're gonna say bye now. Thank y'all for joining us. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, then go ahead and click that subscribe button. I typically upload vlogs every Wednesday and Saturday. However, it is a known fact around here. Sometimes vlogging for me is challenging. So there are seasons where I take a break. I might not upload for a week or two, but typically Wednesdays and Saturdays. That's when you're going to see new content from us. And I appreciate all of you being here. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.